Are you tired of stress, sadness, or worry controlling your life? What if just 2 words could change everything for you? Stay with me, because today you will discover the secret of true inner peace. Welcome to Easy English Official. Today, we are going to explore a very simple but powerful idea. All is well. Many people think it means ignoring problems, but the truth is very different. It is a promise to yourself that no matter what happens outside, you can control your mind and protect your peace. In this video, you will learn how to face life's biggest challenges, stress, sadness, and worry, without losing hope. Using real stories, simple exercises, and easy-to-follow rules, you can start turning problems into opportunities. By the end, you will see how all is well can truly change your life. Chapter 1. Freedom inside. Take back your mind. Many people believe that sadness comes from the outside world, but the truth is different. Stress, worry, and fear often grow inside the mind when we give away our power. The first step to freedom is to understand that we can control only one thing fully, and that is our own mind. Once you see this clearly, outside storms will no longer shake you so deeply. Think about how often we worry about things we cannot change. Maybe your boss spoke badly, or your ex-partner hurt your feelings, or a friend ignored your message. These events are real, but they live outside of your control. You cannot change another person's choice or the past that has already happened. The only real choice you have is how you respond. When you waste energy on things beyond your reach, your peace slowly disappears. It is like trying to stop the ocean waves with your hands. The waves will not stop, and you will only become more tired. True strength comes from learning to let the waves move and deciding how to sail your own boat. This is what freedom inside truly means. Dr. Viktor Frankl gave the world a powerful lesson in this truth. He was trapped in one of the darkest places of history, the prison camps of World War II. He lost food, clothes, safety, and even his family. Yet in this terrible place, he discovered that the mind can never be fully controlled by others. He realized that freedom inside cannot be stolen. Frankl said clearly, "They can take my body, but no one can take my choice of how I will think." These words show us the last human freedom, the ability to choose our own attitude. Even in pain, hunger, and fear, he decided not to become a victim. He chose to live with meaning and to give hope to others around him. This lesson is not only history, it is a guide for us today. You may not be in a prison camp, but life can feel heavy in other ways. A painful breakup, job stress, or financial worries can also feel like a cage. The key is to remember that while you cannot control the cage, you can control the way you think and act inside it. Imagine 2 people who lose the same job on the same day. One person falls into sadness, blaming the world and giving up. The other person feels the same pain, but decides to search for a new skill or opportunity. The outside event is the same, but the inside choice makes the story completely different. This is freedom inside in action. When you give your life away to anger, fear, or revenge, you become weaker. But when you say, "I will choose my response," you become stronger. It is like building an inner wall that protects your peace. Problems may still arrive, but they cannot steal your calm heart if you hold your freedom inside. We often think that control means changing other people. In truth, control is not about them at all. Control is the decision to shape your own thoughts and actions. When you focus here, your energy grows instead of fading. You become the driver of your life, not a passenger waiting for others to choose your road. This does not mean you ignore reality. Bad events are real, and pain is real. But the difference is whether you fight against the ocean or learn to move with it. Saying all is well does not mean the storm is gone. It means you are choosing to steer your boat with calm hands and a strong mind. When something painful happens, stop and ask, what can I control right now? The answer may be small, but it is always there. You may not control the job market, but you can control how many applications you send. You cannot control the past, but you can control the lessons you take into your future. This is where true power begins. Many people live their whole life chasing outside control. They want their boss to respect them, their partner to love them, their friends to always agree. But life will never fully match these wishes. If happiness depends on others, you will always be waiting. Freedom comes when you stop waiting and decide to be at peace no matter what. Viktor Frankl chose meaning in the middle of pain. He helped other prisoners even when he himself was starving. He thought about writing a book when he had no paper or pen. He lived inside a nightmare, yet he still said, "I will choose hope." This choice gave him the strength to survive when many others lost their will. This shows us that freedom inside is not something small. It can save lives, protect hope, and even build meaning in the darkest hour. You may not face a war camp, but you will face storms. If you hold on to your choice of attitude, you will walk through storms without breaking. Try to notice your daily thoughts. How many of them are about things you cannot change? Each time you catch yourself worrying about the past or someone else's behavior, remind yourself, this is not my control. Then return your mind to the question, what can I do now? This simple shift will open new strength. A peaceful mind is not a gift you wait for. It is a skill you practice every day. The more you choose to guide your thoughts, the easier it becomes to stay calm when life shakes you. It is like training a muscle. At first, it feels heavy, but with practice, it grows stronger. Think of your mind like a garden. If you let every seed of anger, fear, and regret grow wild, the garden becomes a jungle. But if you choose to water seeds of calm, patience, and hope, your garden becomes a place of peace. Freedom inside is the gardener's hand that chooses what to grow. Some people may say this is not realistic. They believe life is too hard and people cannot really choose peace. But the story of Viktor Frankl proves them wrong. If peace could live in a prison camp, then peace can live in your office, your home, or even your broken heart. The choice is always there. When you stop giving your life to outside events, you suddenly feel lighter. Problems are still real, but they no longer own you. You become like a mountain. The wind may blow, the rain may fall, but the mountain does not run away. It stands strong because it knows its own ground. This is what the words, "all is well," truly mean. It is not a lie to yourself. It is not hiding from problems. It is a declaration. I will not give my mind away. I will choose peace. And when you speak these words with belief, your body and heart slowly follow the truth of your choice. Freedom inside is the beginning of every change. Without it, every success feels weak because it can be stolen by outside events. With it, even pain can turn into power, because you are the one holding the key. This is why Viktor Frankl's lesson is more than history. It is a guide for every human life. The more you practice this mindset, the less fear you feel about tomorrow. The future is unknown, but your power is known. You know that no matter what comes, you can always choose your response. This gives you a deep sense of calm that no one else can break. When you live this way, you inspire others without trying. People see your calmness in the storm and they feel hope. Just as Frankel lifted the spirits of other prisoners, you can lift the spirits of friends, family, and even strangers. Freedom inside is not only for you, it spreads to everyone around you. Ask yourself today, are you giving your peace away to things you cannot control? Or are you ready to take back your mind? The moment you choose to focus on your inner power, you begin a new life. This is the first and most important step in the All Is Well system. Chapter 2. Failure becomes fuel. Lessons from the Rock. Many people fear failure as if it is the end of their story. But failure is not the final page. It is the beginning of a new chapter. Every great success is built on many broken steps, and those who learn from them rise higher than before. This is why the world's most successful people see failure as fuel. Dwayne Johnson, known today as The Rock, is one of the most famous actors on the planet. He earns millions, fills stadiums with fans, and inspires millions online. But before he became The Rock, his life looked very different. His first dream was not movies or wrestling, it was professional football. He trained hard, gave his full effort, and believed football was his future. He was signed to a Canadian football team, but only 2 weeks before the season started, the team cut him. In a single moment, his biggest dream collapsed. He returned home with only $7 in his pocket. Imagine the heartbreak, the shame, and the fear of having nothing. Many people would have broken completely in that moment. With no money, no job, and a failed dream, it would be easy to give up. Some might have drowned their pain in alcohol, blamed the world, or simply quit trying. But Dwayne Johnson made a different choice. He refused to let failure define him. He said, "This was not the end, it was a sign." Instead of crying about the closed door, he looked for the open one. He believed life was redirecting him, not destroying him. That belief turned a painful ending into a powerful beginning. Dwayne decided to try professional wrestling, the world his father and grandfather had once been part of. At first, it was not glamorous or easy. He was mocked for his look and rejected for his style. But he worked harder than anyone, training his body and sharpening his character. Slowly, the audience began to see his fire. Step by step, failure became his teacher. The rejection from football gave him the hunger to fight harder in wrestling. Every no became a lesson in patience, resilience, and persistence. Instead of staying broken, he built himself stronger, piece by piece. His $7 story later became his brand, $7 Productions. Soon, he rose to the top of the wrestling world. The Rock became a household name, famous for his charisma, strength, and never-quit attitude. This fame opened the doors of Hollywood, and from there, he became one of the highest-paid actors in the world. The boy with $7 turned into the man with endless opportunities. The lesson here is simple but powerful. Failure is not your enemy. Failure is the hidden data you need to find your true path. Without failing at football, The Rock would never have entered wrestling. Without wrestling, he would never have reached acting. Every failure pointed him toward the success that was waiting. When your plan A collapses, it can feel like the end of life. But sometimes plan A needs to fail so that you can discover plan B or plan C. The courage to see failure as guidance, not punishment, is the key difference between those who stay down and those who rise higher. Failure hurts, but it also cleans your path. It shows you what does not work, so you can focus on what does. It breaks your ego, but it also builds your character. The Rock's story reminds us that failure is not a stop sign, it is a direction sign. Next time you fail, remember his journey. Say to yourself, all is well. This is not the end, this is the way forward. If you choose to see failure as fuel, you will rise stronger, braver, and more ready for success than ever before. That is the real power behind the Rock story. Chapter 3. Be anti-fragile, grow stronger from stress. Most people believe there are only two ways to face problems. You are fragile, like glass, and break, or you are strong like a rock and survive. But there is a third, more powerful way. You can be anti-fragile, which means you do not only survive stress, you grow stronger because of it. Think about how muscles grow. At the gym, you lift heavy weights until the muscles tear a little. That tearing may seem like damage, but it is not. When the muscles rest, they rebuild stronger than before. Stress did not destroy them, it improved them. The same rule can apply to your mind. An anti-fragile mind sees challenges not as threats, but as training. Every difficulty becomes a secret workout for your brain and spirit. Instead of asking, "Why me?" the anti-fragile person asks, "What am I learning here?" This simple change transforms pain into progress. Reframing is one of the most powerful tools in this process. Reframing means changing the way you see a problem. For example, if you fail a job interview 3 times, you can see it as proof that you are worthless. Or you can reframe it as free information about your weaknesses, giving you clear guidance to improve. When you reframe failure into feedback, you turn a heavy burden into useful data. The "no" you hear today is not a life sentence. It is a teacher whispering, "This is where you need to grow." That lesson is priceless, and only problems can give it to you. Fear is another tool for becoming anti-fragile. Many people try to hide from fear, but fear is not your enemy. Fear is your brain's signal telling you to prepare. If you feel nervous before a speech, it means your body is saying, "This is important. Get ready." If you listen to fear, you can use it to sharpen your plan. Instead of saying, "I am scared, so I will run away," say, "I am scared, so I will prepare." Let fear become your coach. Ask yourself, what can I do to be more ready? This mindset change transforms fear from a wall into a ladder that lifts you higher. Problems also reveal your hidden strengths. You may never know how patient, creative, or resilient you are until life pushes you to the edge. Anti-fragile people discover new parts of themselves because stress demands it. The challenge becomes a mirror showing them their true power. Think of stress like fire. If you are fragile, you burn up and turn to ashes. If you are robust, you resist the fire but remain the same. But if you are anti-fragile, you become like steel. Fire does not destroy you. It forges you into something stronger, sharper, and more unbreakable. To practice anti-fragility, start small. When something annoying happens, like traffic or a rude comment, use it as training. Instead of exploding in anger, breathe and reframe. Tell yourself, "This is my chance to practice patience." Each small victory builds the habit of strength. When big problems come, the habit is already inside you. You will not panic or collapse because your mind has been trained to see stress as fuel. Just like athletes prepare with small exercises before the big game, Your daily practice prepares you for life's storms. The most anti-fragile people in history often lived through the hardest times. They turned loss into art, failure into invention, and tragedy into meaning. They did not wait for life to be easy. They decided to use pain as a partner in their growth. This is why their stories inspire us even today. Anti-fragility does not mean enjoying pain. No one likes to suffer. But it means respecting pain as a teacher. You may not want the lesson, but once it comes, you can choose to listen. And if you listen, you will leave the classroom stronger than when you entered. Reframing also helps protect your identity. Instead of saying, "I failed, so I am a failure," you can say, "I failed, so I am learning." The first thought kills your hope. The second thought builds your resilience. One simple word, change, transforms weakness into strength. Life will always bring rejection, loss, and fear. The question is not, how do I stop these things, but how do I use these things? Anti-fragile people understand that storms are not punishments. They are opportunities to test the ship, fix the sails, and learn new ways to sail. Even small stresses can prepare you for larger ones. When you challenge yourself with difficult books, hard workouts, or new skills, you are training your anti-fragile muscles. You teach your brain to stay calm in discomfort. Then, when real problems appear, you are already stronger than before. Think about your own past. How many times did a painful event secretly push you toward a better path? A breakup that led you to meet someone better, a job loss that led you to your real calling, or a failure that forced you to work harder. These are examples of anti-fragility in real life. Every challenge carries a hidden gift, but you must open it. If you focus only on the pain, you will never see the treasure inside. But if you reframe the problem and use your fear wisely, you will grow in ways you never imagined. Stress becomes not an enemy, but a secret ally. This is why saying all is well is not blind optimism. It is an anti-fragile declaration. You are not saying the storm is gone. You are saying, the storm is making me stronger. This attitude creates a deep sense of confidence that cannot be shaken. Imagine facing your next problem with this mindset. Instead of panic, you feel curious. Instead of sadness, you feel motivated. Each difficulty becomes a training ground for your next victory. That is the freedom of being anti-fragile. Over time, people will notice your calmness. They will wonder why you are not broken like others. Your peace and stress will inspire them, and they may even ask, "How do you stay so strong?" The answer will be simple. You have learned to grow stronger because of stress. Your mind is like a sword. If it never faces resistance, it becomes dull. But if it is tested against hard stone, it becomes sharp. Anti-fragile people welcome the sharpening because they know it prepares them for battles ahead. Each challenge polishes their strength. When you change your perspective in this way, even failure becomes fuel. Every mistake turns into a step forward. Every fear becomes a light pointing to your preparation. Every stress becomes a chance to build a stronger version of yourself. This is the secret power of anti-fragility. So the next time you meet stress, do not ask, "How do I escape?" Ask, "How do I use this?" That single question can turn a heavy problem into a valuable opportunity. With practice, your default response will no longer be fear, it will be growth. Remember, fragile people break, robust people survive, but anti-fragile people rise higher. You have the choice to decide which one you will be. If you choose anti-fragility, no storm can stop you. Each wave will lift you higher until you discover strength you never knew you had. Chapter 4. Daily Practice. Build your strong mind. Wall. A strong mind is not built in a single moment of inspiration. It is built slowly, like bricks in a wall, one day at a time. Each daily habit you practice becomes a stone in that wall, protecting you when storms arrive. Without these habits, even the strongest ideas can fade away. Many people wait for motivation before taking action. But real growth comes from discipline, not mood. Daily practice turns small actions into unshakable strength. Like brushing your teeth, these mental habits must be repeated until they become part of who you are. The first practice is the 5-4-3-2-1 grounding method. This simple exercise brings your mind back to the present whenever anxiety takes over. It trains your brain to stay calm in chaos and keeps you from drowning in thoughts. The method is easy. Look around and name 5 things you can see. Then notice 4 things you can touch. Listen for 3 things you can hear. Smell 2 things you can smell. Finally, focus on 1 thing you can taste. This practice anchors you to reality instead of fear. When stress spins your thoughts out of control, grounding reminds you, I am here, I am safe, and I can handle this moment. Over time, your brain learns not to run away with worry. The more you ground yourself, the stronger your mind wall becomes. The second practice is self-kindness, also known as self-compassion. Many people speak gently to their friends but harshly to themselves. They say, I'm so stupid, or I'll never succeed. These words weaken the mind wall, leaving cracks for fear to enter. Self-kindness means treating yourself like someone you love. When you make a mistake, instead of yelling at yourself, you say, it's okay. Everyone fails. I will learn and try again. This soft voice repairs the wall instead of breaking it. Compassion is not weakness. It is fuel. When you support yourself, you have the strength to try again tomorrow. Without it, shame and guilt eat away at your courage. Daily self-kindness gives your mind the warmth it needs to grow. The third practice is learning to say no with boundaries. Many people collapse under pressure because they never protect their time or energy. They agree to everything and everyone, leaving nothing for themselves. Over time, their wall crumbles from exhaustion. Boundaries are not selfish. Boundaries are healthy limits that keep your energy focused. When you say no to things that drain you, you are saying yes to your peace, your goals, and your growth. Each no adds another brick to your strong wall. Imagine a life without boundaries. You would be pulled in every direction, doing everything for others but nothing for yourself. That life leads to burnout and resentment. But with clear boundaries, you preserve your strength and protect your mind. These 3 practices, grounding, self-kindness, and boundaries, may look small, but together they are powerful. Practiced daily, they build a wall so strong that negativity bounces off instead of breaking through. The wall is not built in a single day. It requires consistency. Like watering a plant, daily effort may feel small, but over time it grows into something alive and powerful. Your wall is built through repetition, not perfection. Each morning, you can choose to practice grounding, showing yourself kindness and protecting your energy. These moments may take only a few minutes, but they change the shape of your day. Your wall grows higher with every choice. A strong wall does not mean you will never face problems. It means problems will not destroy you. Stress will knock on your door, but your wall will keep it outside. You will still feel pressure, but you will stand firm. The power of daily practice is that it makes all is well real, not just words. It turns a nice idea into a living reality. Every day you practice, you prove to yourself, I can handle life, I can protect my peace, and I can grow stronger. Think of grounding as the foundation of the wall. It keeps you balanced in the present. Think of self-kindness as the inner strength of the bricks. It makes the wall flexible instead of brittle. Think of boundaries as the outer shield, stopping harm from breaking in. With these three parts together, your mind wall is unshakable. No single stress, insult, or failure can knock it down. You become stable, calm, and resilient, even when life around you is chaotic. That is the power of daily practice. At first, you may forget or skip a day. That is normal. Do not use it as another excuse to attack yourself. Simply return to the practice and add another brick. Even one brick a day builds a wall, and missing one day does not erase your progress. Daily practice is less about speed and more about direction. Even slow steps add up. The goal is not perfection, but persistence. Over weeks and months, your wall will grow taller and stronger without you even noticing. When others see your calmness, they may not understand. They will wonder why you are so peaceful when life is so hard. The secret is simple. Your wall is strong because you have been building it every day. Soon, you will realize that the habits are not just practices. They are part of your identity. You are someone who grounds yourself, who speaks kindly to yourself, and who protects your energy with clear boundaries. That identity cannot be shaken. The best part is that anyone can start today. You do not need money, status, or special tools. You only need a few minutes of attention, a gentle voice to yourself, and the courage to say no when needed. That is enough to begin. Over time, you will discover that your mind no longer collapses under pressure. Stress may push, but you push back. Fear may whisper, but you reframe it. Challenges may come, but your wall stands tall. This is how daily practice turns into daily power. And with that power, all is well stops being just a phrase. It becomes your lived experience, your natural state, and your everyday truth. So today, begin laying your bricks. Ground yourself in the present. Be kind to yourself. Say no when needed. Tomorrow, do it again. Each brick matters. Each choice matters. And before long, your strong mind wall will stand unshakable against the storms of life. Remember, saying all is well does not mean pretending problems do not exist. It means training yourself every day, like a workout for your mind, to become stronger and freer. Each challenge you face is a chance to build your inner power and protect your peace. Now, it's your turn. Comment below and tell us what new mind habit you will start today. Subscribe to Easy English Official, share your journey with friends, and keep practicing your inner strength. Every small step brings you closer to a life where truly all is well.